Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. Guys, we got the pop, we got the bounce. Where'd we get the bounce from? It was straight off of our golden pocket. Guys, we had a confluence zone. We made our video, guys, right when everything looked bleak. But we knew where buyers were going to step in, if they were going to step in, and it was going to be right up here, right? We had a confluence spot going on. We had too much going on right there, you know, I'm not saying, all right, we had to bounce here, but it was very likely we were going to bounce here, and I told you guys what to look for, and we got exactly what we needed to see. You've literally got a hammer candlestick here on the 15-minute time frame as you came right into the 0.618, the beginning of the golden pocket. What do we also have that we pointed out in yesterday's video? We had this bullish divergence here on the 15-minute time frame. What do we also have over here on QQ? We had the same exact setup going on. Now, what did I also like about these guys? You swept, all right? You swept the lows. You put in a bullish divergence, and you came down to your demand zone. You came down to the golden pocket. But what I also liked is you sold off here, and you probably got a lot of shorts involved, and then boom, they got squoze. That is what I liked. You recovered your trend line, and it turned out to be a false breakdown. We're going to have to see what happens, though. I mean, it could not be a false breakdown. I'm going to show you guys what to be watching out for on the upside here. But, you know, guys, we knew there was one spot it was going to bounce if it was going to bounce, and it bounced exactly in that spot. And if you actually put on extended hours, we did also have the bullish divergence here on the hourly time frame, guys. All right. Guys, I give you exactly what to pay attention to. I show you guys exactly what I'm watching for. I typically am watching the exact right stuff, like, you know, every single day. It's, you know, you don't need to complicate things. We keep things real simple here on the channel with price action and, you know, the tools that I decide to use. But in reality, a lot of it is just simple price action. Just let the price action develop before, you know, you decide, oh, doom and gloom, we might be selling off like massively and the bulls are just completely gone. No, I told you what to look out for. Now let's see what we're watching out for right here. You do see I got 2 arrows here on QQ. You do see I got no arrows here on SPY, but I'm going to show you them right here. All right. So this is scenario number 1. This is scenario number 2. I think either way, you're getting in the golden pocket. I don't know what's going to happen if you dip right here. For all I know, you could get sellers stepping in the golden pocket, because just like over here where we know buyers are going to be stepping in, right here, guys, you have your supply zone, and then you also do have that aligning with the 0.618. It's pretty much the same exact thing you had over here to the downside. So I'm just putting it out there. If sellers are going to step in, it's going to be right here. That's why I got these 2 scenarios. One, either way, I'm expecting them to sell in. And I want to have like an auction over here. That's what I like to call it with supply and demand, guys. So this is supply zone. Well, if you get over it, I want to see sellers come back to it. And then, you know, I want to see buyers step in here showing that, you know, the market auction it off. And, you know, sellers, before they had it, now they don't have it. I want to see that the buyers have it. And then if you break the 0.786 here, which is going to be around 580, guess what? I think you're going to run all the way back up to the high of 503.50, and then we're going to take that out. So that's really what I'm looking at over here on SPY. You know, we could have this scenario right here where you just tank here, but I think that's highly unlikely considering the last high was right here and you're just freshly taking it out. Now, I was telling the Discord, I'm glad. Look at this, guys. All right. All right. I looked away for like an hour or so. And, you know, quite some time. You just, guys, you just follow price action. That's all you got to do. You don't need to even predict stuff. We saw all the warning signs going on right there. We saw all of the confluence going on. It's very likely you were going to be bouncing there yesterday. And now all we have to do is our job just to follow the price action. If you took the position, the low risk position down there at the low yesterday in that confluence spot, you should have been up, you know, I even had, you know, all the way out to next Friday. And even I was almost up 100% off the open. So I'm just putting it out there. You know, you should have made a pretty penny here today off of a very low risk trade. And if you're holding it for now, you're probably about to make even more pretty pennies, all right? If you were in the 497 calls, guess what? They're about to be in the money. I think we're probably about to at least push up to like 500 before you start turning down. But what are we going to be watching for, guys? You're watching for these bearish divergences. Now, before we go any further, we're going to take it over to Mr. VIX because, you know, people want to think it's just not going to keep happening, guys. It's going to keep happening, all right? Just like you got these bullish divergences that keep popping up, you have, you know, it likes to get your bullish divergences when you bounce, right? And we had one going on this morning. So I did think it was likely that we're going to see, well, not likely. I just pointed out. I didn't know if it was going to get burned or not. It looked like it didn't want to get burned. But, guys, this is what I'm going to be pointing out. If you're over there in the Discord, I'm just telling you, these are the things that I 100% just will be pointing out. We will be calling some price action, all right, constantly throughout the day. And as of right now, guys, VIX doesn't have another bullish divergence going on here. You got to take out these lows to have that, have a shot at that. But I'm just going to say it looks pretty bullish to me. All right. Now, let's come over to the daily time frame from the highs. I was looking for VIX crush. Why was I looking for VIX crush? If you're not new to this channel, guys, we've been calling the VIX every time we've called VIX. We've called every single one of these VIX sell-offs. You know how? All right. Daily RSI being over 65, 4-hour RSI, either a bearish divergence or you just get so high that it's like, holy geez Louise. All right, guys. Even if you were bearish, you were looking for VIX to cool off. People want to, talk in the comments, guys. Please just let price action develop. I've been doing this for, a couple of years now. And I'm just talking these methods that I use here on this channel. I've been recording. Just go back. You can look. You can back test me. You can fact check me. Please just review my work. It's pretty good work. And I put a lot of time into this stuff. And I'm just letting you know. Please just give me a shot. Give me some time. And I think I will impress you. And I think you're going to make some money if you, just follow along. I'm not saying do anything that I say to do because, I'm an idiot. But if I'm an idiot and I just have put in some time and I could do this stuff, you could do this stuff too. Just follow along. All right. So we got the VIX crush. The 4-hour RSI came right up to where it did in the COVID crash. So that's kind of something. That was, I'm not going to lie. I saw that and I was like, holy geez Louise. It hasn't been up here to this point since the COVID crash. And when it did get up there, it was right here. And even then, it still crushed 40%. So yeah, guys, even if you were bearish, we were looking for the VIX crush. That's what we got. I told you we're looking for at least a dead cat bounce. I'm looking for I told you above 496. Well, I was looking for 496. And if you could have surpassed 496, what were we looking for, guys? We were looking at the 498.50 supply zone area right there. That's going to be a resistance point that you broke out from over here. It was, and then that's really your supply. That's where we know if sellers are going to step in. Going to be over here. You got the 0.618, all right? So that's really what I'm looking at on SPY, but let's just look at the 4-hour time frame. After I recorded yesterday's video right here at the exact bottom, all right, it was literally within this dollar down there, the whole video, and then boom, right when I posted it, oh, baby, this is why you got to have post notifications on, guys. If you want to just know the insights right when they come out, I'm just going to give you a little secret here. I always give the most important info that I want the people to know right there at the beginning, because I'm not just going to sit there and hype you up for the end of the video. No, I'm going to give you what you want, all right? And I know what the people want. They want the good info, and I'm just letting you know. Look at this. This is absolutely beautiful. You had guys, you technically didn't even break down here on the 4-hour time frame. Do you see what I see? On the daily time frame, you also didn't break down. On the hourly time frame, you did get a false breakdown, but I'm just saying, this is picture perfect. It looks like you're about to take this out. And if you take this out, yeah, I do think you're going to probably start pushing up. You're watching for the 15-minute bearish divergence. You're watching for it over here on QQ. What about IWM? Well, we did point out in yesterday's video, you were also right here on the 0.786, and you had the bullish divergence going on there on the 15-minute time frame. Hourly RSIs, they were all oversold, guys. This was the same exact thing on DIA yesterday. Guys, we call the shots, and, just follow along. I do think you will be rather happy if you just, silence the noise, guys, and just focus on what works. And I know what works at this point. It's what we cover here on this channel. All right. So with all further ado, let's get into some individual tickers, some setups I'm looking at. I'm going to start off with the big boy that we've been waiting on for a while, and it's doing its thing. All right. AMD, it's doing its thing. You have 6 minutes till close. I think this is very safe to say it is about to close outside of this trend line. We are getting a breakout. This thing is probably about to get its next leg up. I'm going to actually look at SMH. So that is something I was pointing out earlier. If you can surpass 204.80-ish, guys, that is going to tell us. So 205, we'll call it. We're probably going to run up to the high, and these semis are probably going to go for a ride. The next one we're going to be discussing is ARM, which actually, let's put it, let's put some freaking targets over here for AMD like we did on some of the other semis, all right? I got you guys. Last leg was here. You ran to over here. And guys, if you don't know how to make your trading view Fibonacci retracement, look how I did. I got a question about it in the comments. I actually got you over the last few days. Just take off everything besides, these. make your golden pocket the 0.618, the 0.786, make it the gold one. All right, and then you can put your zero and your one. You can make that this color right there, and it's just like you barely could see it, but you still can see it. So it's a really clean look. Do you like how my chart looks? I will show you how to make my chart. There you go. All right, so there we go. But yeah, let's put these targets on the board. We're going to take that off right there. We're going to come over here, and we're going to put the negative 2.236, and that's just something I realize you have to use a Fibonacci extension tool. It's a different one, or you could do what I do right here, and you could have a jolly good time doing that. All right, and what are we looking for, guys? Or what are we looking at? We're looking at these as potential targets, okay? So these are the Fibonacci extensions, and they are these Fibonacci extensions, the 23% extension, the 38, and the 61% extension, all right, guys? So these are potential targets. When we did it on SMCI, we've been doing them on that. We've been doing it on NVIDIA. Pretty much, you know, all these all-time high breakouts, that is what we've really been doing. And, yeah, all right, guys? So CELH, guys, you were all the way back up the highs. Be bullish on this dip because this last dip was kind of picture perfect. And, you know, I know it didn't exactly stall out at your golden pocket here. But, and you could be looking at that if you are playing CELH, but let's just uncheck those and go back to my thing. See, I like just the golden pocket because I like taking a look at this. All right, it really doesn't look all too bad if you look here on the weekly time frame. That's what I wanted to point out. You literally just wicked underneath here. You back tested where you broke out from, and it looks like you're about to have your next leg up, right? So just something maybe you want to look at. All right, this zone, I'm just going to point out, if you really add another one, you're going to put it here, and you're going to come like that. And do you guys see what I see? I see a inverse head and shoulders as well. So not only do you have the bull pennant breakout right here, you also have the inverse head and shoulders on the weekly time frame breaking out. And if you still can't see it, here's your neckline. All right, and then you have shoulder, head, shoulder. I know, sloppy, but there we go. All right, the next one we're going to be discussing is arm, and this is actually something I'm just going to discuss here on the hourly time frame. I'm not going to say it looks good on anything else. All right, but you're literally come on, there we go. All right, so you're just having a fresh breakout right there. I'm just gonna say I'm not playing this thing. I'm playing AMD instead. I think AMD is looking prime, and I think over the next few days, I think we're about to start that leg up. But yeah, right here, guys, you are stalling out in your golden pocket. You're finding buyers stepping in the golden pocket. I want to see, you know, you push above this high, and then you can get moving and grooving. All right, just something I thought I'd put on your radar. Yeah, all right, I'm not saying to do anything about it, but if you want to watch it / you want to gamble on it, there you go, just an idea. Next one we're going to talk about is Nike, excusez-moi, right here, break and retest, guys. So this is one we mentioned over in the weekly update, and now we're also mentioning it right now. So this was a something that I had on the focus list. We literally got this. These are my two setups that I was willing to take. I actually did not take this one because I ended up taking SPY instead yesterday. All right, and you know, I did other things, but I'm just putting it out there. You just had the break and retest, and if you can't take out this high, you're probably going to have a pretty clean shot coming up here to almost 110. All right, next one we're going to talk about is shop, guys. You literally swept these, underneath this trend line here. Probably got a lot of people involved with this ugly ass candlestick right here. Pardon my French. And then yeah, you popped right back up above your trend line, and now you look like you're getting a daily close right now at this very minute right here. It looks beyond sexy to me. I think you're going to keep, rising here. And I think you have a shot at least coming up here to gap resistance. And then if not, you're going to come and fill this gap. That is, let's put that a different way. We're going to look for the golden pocket. All right. We're going to look for the golden sellers to step in the golden pocket. If you're riding this up, I would take profits right here in the golden pocket. All right. Next one we are going to be taking a look at is going to be AVGO. All right. AVGO has, you had a false breakdown again on the hourly time frame here. And then guess what? You recovered that trend line. And I do think you take out these highs, you're getting pretty tight here. You got like a pennant thing going on here. Yeah, I do think this thing could have also, maybe just like AMD is going to have another like AVGO could get going right there. Next one is Roblox. You literally have broken out from the inverse head and shoulders formation that we were talking about when, it was on this day right here and this day right here. All right, you did end up having the pop. You did fill the gap. That is what we were saying. And then, yeah, you came down and you have now found buyers in the golden pocket. And if you come over to the hourly time frame, you do have a fresh channel break. So something, if you're interested, there you go. Looking pretty clean to me. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Next one we're going to talk about is Tesla. Tesla has the inverse head and shoulders formation. I am rather fond of this setup. All right, but Tesla has also been a diva recently, and I don't know how Tesla's going to treat us this time. So I'm not going to take my shot at it, but I will put it on your radar. I think Tesla's turning a leaf. We have the bullish divergence going on here. We did call this one out. We called this one literally out at the bottom as you came into the zone because you had a bullish divergence. So congrats if you did play the short-term move right there. All right, you got the chance the next day because you literally gapped down to it. And yeah, that's a $17 move. So congrats, but I do think Tesla's going to start that next leg up if it can break out of this inverse head and shoulders formation. Next one we're going to talk about is CVS. We got one more after this. You got a break and retest going on. You do, again, have the inverse head and shoulders pattern right here. A little gappy on the chart. Gap down, gap up. All right, so, guess what? This thing could, potentially just start gapping up on us, all right? It loves its gaps. You see gap up, gap up, gap up. You just keep gapping up. All right, last one we are going to be discussing is nflx, guys. Fresh bull flag breakout. I thought I'd put it on your radar. I do think get above 580. We're going to call it 582. All right, and I do think you have a pretty clean shot at running to, 30. That's a $30 run right there. So 16, 15-ish, we're going to call it. Just put it on your radar. Keep in mind, when it is in here, you're probably going to get sellers stepping in because you're going to have a bearish divergence, just like over here. Did you have a bearish? No, you didn't. All right, but let's look at this. Bump it on. Oh, you're surpassing it, guys. Look at this. Guys, if you can take this out right here, 586, just like on SPY and QQ. When SPY and QQQ broke above there, 0.786 fib, guys, I told everyone, if you were bearish, you can't be bearish anymore. You can be bearish, but you're only going to hurt yourself because you're going to be thinking you're not going to run to all-time highs. And guys, we've seen it time and time again. When you do things like this, why do you think I was so bullish on this dip, guys? All right, I had reasons to be real bullish down here. You had a break and retest going on. You also had the 0.618 going on right there from there to there. This is on the weekly time frame. You guys want to see a clean picture? Let's talk about a clean picture. Because you broke above this 0.786 fib right here from the all-time high to the 2022 October low, we knew to be bullish on this dip. You also broke out from months of consolidation here, so we knew there was a spot we should have been bullish on this dip. Guess what? We also knew the golden pocket was a thing, and we tapped the golden pocket, and we rose ever so graciously from that exact point. Guys, these are the things we talk about here on this channel. I don't know another channel who's got this going on. I do think we are an underrated channel. But with that being said, guys, I appreciate the living crap out of you guys. I hope you guys have the best days tomorrow, the best trading sessions. And with that being said, I will catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.